An episode of Rick and Morty has won an Emmy Award? Let's find out. Adult Swim's chaotic adult cartoon Rick and Morty has no peers. There are no other shows as constantly inventive, weird, clever, honest, brutal, or messed up as Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon's creation. So today we'll be counting down some of the best episodes from the show. At number 7, the Vat of Acid episode, Season 4, Episode 8. The arrival of this episode saved Season 4. I'm not saying the show was going stale or something. I mean, it remained funny, clever, and cool, but all the seasons before this had some innovation, you know? Something that told us we're watching Rick and Morty. The Season 4's episodes had felt ordinary, but the very high standards the show had set itself. And then came this episode where Rick truly revealed himself to be the most malicious and evil guy you always feared he might be. In doing so, the series widened the possibilities for extremity. Poor Morty. If you want to have a sneak peek at the show's inventions on comedy, this is worth watching. At number 6, the Rick Lantis Mix-Up, Season 3, Episode 7. The episode is a brilliant bit of bait and switch. The Ricklantic Mix-Up, although you might know as the episode Tales from... Let's try again. The Ricklantis Mix-Up, though you might also know the episode as Tales from the Citadel, first presents itself as an Atlantis adventure. Pretty fun and simple, right? But then quickly becomes something altogether weirder. In fact, this might be the most timey-wimey episode of Rick and Morty has ever got. Even so, the variant Ricks and alt-timeline Mortys can't disguise the episode's searing political meaning. The episode held an interesting meaning. At number 5, Rixty Minutes, Season 1, Episode 8. There are episodes in this list with loftier ideas. There are episodes with bigger themes. There are episodes that say more. But if you just wanted an example of how funny, inventive, and plain weird this show can be, then the best exemplary episode is this one. This episode introduces the concept of interdimensional cable. Yeah, a weird concept where you get to see a TV from a different timeline, and yes, there can be corn people. But hey, since this is Rick and Morty, it also features some of Beth and Jerry's darkest moments too. I feel sorry for Summer. At number 4, Morty's Mind Blowers, Season 3, Episode 8. The episode is one of the bestest episodes, and if you're considering breaking the fourth wall in Rick and Morty world, this episode also features the death of many characters, including Santa. Oh my gosh, why? But hey, even after this episode is extremely entertaining to watch. But if you haven't watched Rick and Morty properly, this episode is not for you. But if you have, then this episode features Snuffles, Mr. Meeseeks, and more. And also a new introduction, the Truth Tortoise. You can say this episode has it all. At number 3, Morty Night Run, Season 2, Episode 2. We all know what the show is based on. That is comedic nihilism. This core of the entire show's identity can't be more obvious than in this episode. This episode, in my opinion, is also a deep dive into the contradictions of morality. The whole episode is by means of Morty executing farts. It is also perhaps the most significant episode in Morty's character development. Somehow, in a piece of storytelling perfection, even with so much else going on elsewhere, the episode manages to tell the life story of a man called Roy, and we grieve for him, even after his life, in a matter of minutes. And number 2, Total Recall, Season 2, Episode 4. This is the episode that's also known as the one episode that introduced the world to Mr. PB, and not only him, but also a raft of the show's best creations. Total Recall is a bunch of creativity because we got introduced to characters like Sleepy Gary, Duck with Muscles, Amish Cyborg, Hammer Eye, and of course, Ghost in a Jar. The whole episode is just too funny to comprehend, in my opinion. It is, in my opinion, the show's take on the Where's Waldo/Wally puzzle books, only delivered with a side dish of sky bleakness. And also, if you do watch the episode, that the post-credits scene will linger on your mind forever. And at number 1, Pickle Rick, Season 3, Episode 3. Yes! The Pickle episode is obviously on top. Now, you might be wondering that the best episode of Rick and Morty is the Pickle episode, which only just contains Rick turning into a pickle, but that's not the case. Actually, the whole episode has a meaning. So the whole episode's about Rick turning himself into a pickle. I know, a funny idea, right? But it's a meditation on mental health, male fragility, fatherhood, and family. Some men will literally turn themselves into a pickle to avoid going to therapy or to work on their issues properly. I know, right? You were thinking that this episode was just funny, but it actually has a pretty dark background, and it also rose quite some awareness against it. Also, if you guys already don't know, this episode won an Emmy. Well, that's it for today. Let us know what your favorite episode from Rick and Morty was in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.